Okay, people, as you all know, Cyraxx has been gone, his internet's been cut off, and, we'll probably see him in a few days, but I figure with Cyraxx having this hiatus, now is a good time for me to really get my learning skills up. You guys have been letting me know that you guys appreciate the content, but as you guys know, I'm a beginner, so I'm gonna try to learn some more, and we can learn some more with me. So we're looking at the Cyraxx Iceberg here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's see what type of new lore we can learn about our man, the Rax. I'll call him the Juice.
He openly stole from other artists. Who is Cyraxx?
Oh man, I really can't stand that gunk.
Cyraxx is not just an internet character, he's a living embodiment of the bizarre and often chaotic nature of online culture. Known for his unique persona, viral moments, and the controversies that surround him, Cyraxx has become a symbol of the unpredictable nature of digital fame. But what lies beneath the surface? What stories, legends, and...
This music with Cyraxx is just so strange. It's so light. I expected something a little bit more dark. Cyraxx's story is really, really dark and disturbing, especially when you get into the family members and everything. It's like, and the music is just funny. It doesn't fit.
In this first part of the three-part exploration, we'll peel back the layers of the Cyraxx Iceberg.
Let's do it.
His rise to fame and the controversies that have fueled his notoriety. We'll try to cover everything in chronological order in this three-part series to give you a complete timeline of the Cyraxx lore, from his early days in social media to the moments that made him what he is right now. Not many people know this about Cyraxx, but he was actually born Patrick Smith on September 20th, 1990. Because of...
You guys know it's so crazy. After all this time, I really didn't know what Cyraxx's real name was. I guess I just never thought about it. I just referred to him as the Rax. Huh, that's interesting.
Genetic defects and wild screaming videos, he has also been famously known as the Goblin of Akron, Ohio.
Oh yeah, he was going for the longest scream.
His parents were Rupert Smith and Connie Lobdell.
I don't even know if you can really consider that a scream, to be honest.
16 weeks of gestation. As a result, he had a severely underdeveloped body and was bullied in school. Cyraxx grew up with his...
16 weeks is 4 months? Jeez. Yeah, that is crazy. 4 months is no time. You 5 months uncooked? Like, imagine, that's like having a piece of chicken that you're supposed to have in the oven for 10 hours and you only put it in there for like 6 or 5.
His grandmother Sally, because his father Rupel was actually arrested for assaulting a 14-year-old girl when Cyraxx couldn't have been more than 3 or 4 years old.
And this is where he gets it from?
Since his mother Connie had ADHD, she was deemed unfit to take care of Chance and hence...
Because of ADHD? You guys let me know, is ADHD gets that serious? Like, I thought people who had ADHD were pretty much able to just lead regular lives. Like, I don't know. Like, I never thought, oh, well, you shouldn't have kids because you have ADHD. I've never heard something like that.
He was handed over.
Y'all let me know.
You see, Cyraxx is actually the third generation of...
Oh, that's the Cyraxx juice. Oh, man, it's so nasty.
And his
bro, get it off the screen, bro.
Married his grandmother Sally when she was only a teenager, who became pregnant with Rupel when she was 14. When Cyraxx came to live with Sally, she was married to Gordon Wilkins. So Sally changed his name from Patrick Smith to Chance Wilkins, because according to her, he was getting a second chance at life. However,
That's interesting. I was like, why'd you change the first name too?
Cyraxx's relationship with Sally wasn't great either.
I know a lot more than you think. I protect this goddamn family from that, which is more than what anybody else does. Oh, yes, it does. I do a lot of you fucking. So what? I still do something. I keep these on fucking back. Start. What?
Knock it off!
In 2012, police were called to his house for abusing Sally.
More chance gun. Please don't show this clip a lot.
His followers believe he physically assaulted Sally because she refused to drive him to Kansas to see his then-girlfriend, who was very obviously a troll. According to Cyraxx, he had
I can't look at it, guys.
School. In his recollection, people used to bully him and make fun of him because of his looks.
I was supposed to die the day that I was born. And when I was born with 1 kidney and 1.5 lungs. And, growing up through school, I did get picked on. I got bullied way more than most. I got judged. I got beat up every day. I was that kid that was an outcast in high school.
See, and that's sad, but that's not an excuse to go around, talking to these cupcakes. If you guys don't know about cupcakes, look up EDP.
However, as you will realize once we go deeper into the video, Cyraxx is
more of that gunk. I can't stand it. That juice.
Known for twisting stories and making
the Cyraxx juice.
A good example of this is what he did to his high school friend, also particularly known as the Blind Billy in the Cyraxx lore. We'll go into more detail about this incident later in the video as we pivot towards more serious controversies and lies surrounding Cyraxx. But for now, all we know is Cyraxx told his fans that he was a very brilliant student and that his GPA was actually only a few points short of 4. And despite this, the school didn't let him graduate because he was too ugly to graduate. Another incident that he recalls from his school time is when he was bullied so severely that
imagine you get to senior year and everything and your school's like, nah fam, you can't graduate, you're ugly, you're dusty. They're like, the principal's just roasting you out the door. You're crusty, you're rusty, you're ashy, you're trashy. Get out of here. We don't want your kind here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it didn't go that way.
A bunch of students pushed him down from a school balcony. However, this too appears to be a lie as explained by his aunt in an interview she once gave.
It was lunchtime, and these kids dared him that he couldn't jump something from the balcony.
The backflip. Okay, hold on. I had a question about this. After certain head injuries, people fucking have dramatic personality changes at times. Do you feel like after the fucking head injury,
what head injury? He didn't hit his head.
He smacked his head off he was on the second floor when he did the backflip. It was off the second floor.
He didn't hit his head. He landed on his side and broke his arm.
Turned out, he was never pushed from the balcony. He made it up that lie to cover up the truth that he was actually dared to jump. He also lied.
Why does he look so confused in this clip?
Incident, blaming other students for bullying him. So when the truth finally came out, the school had no choice but to expel him, and his below 1 GPA didn't help either.
Below 1 is crazy work.
Cyraxx created his first YouTube channel in 2009.
DJ Shadowblade.
DJ Shadowblade.
Okay.
In the beginning, he uploaded short music videos, anime montages, and videos of him doing various activities like drumming and skateboarding. Around 2012, Cyraxx got signed up by the music label.
He's licking the juice.
Run by Eric Scribolo.
Why does this dude keep using this clip, fam?
Cyraxx was soon fired from the record label after he stole Scribolo's music and pseudonyms. Cyraxx later released an apology video for Eric with his then-girlfriend, Heather.
I know you're pretty upset about the whole dog tag thing and whatnot.
It really is crazy to me that Cyraxx is able to get all of these girlfriends. I mean, yeah, some are trolls, but the crazy part is some actually aren't trolls and they're just regular people. Now, I mean, your definition of regular definitely matters here, but you guys know what I mean. Cyraxx be pulling them. The Rax got Riz. Rax got Riz.
Well, when we did the whole thing with the dog tags, it's because we were...
He looks like he's hitting the look smaxing
We were seriously just...
You know?
We were only doing my mom wanted us to do. She came up with the idea to throw him into the lake, and at the time it seemed like a good idea. And honestly, we regret it, man.
Yeah, big time.
And this was not the first or the only time he did it. He is actually very well known for stealing songs and putting his name on them. In fact, he stooped as low as stealing a poem written by a 9-year-old assault victim and making a song out of it.
About real life victim, about being when she was 9 years old, and he tried to turn it into a song.
That's crazy.
It's on William Gloryhole's channel. You gotta see it. I can't believe. I mean, just who do you think Cyraxx couldn't get?
I mean, that's pretty low. I mean, that's diabolical activity. Let's be real here.
Any lower?
And if that's not enough, here is a complete list of all the songs he openly stole from other artists.
So quite a list. Curse stolen from Curse.
Finally, let's address the elephant in the room, the Goblin Scream. For those of you who don't know, Cyraxx is very famously known for his attempt to break Chester Bennington's record of the longest scream. Chance's record at the time was an 18-second scream compared to Chester Bennington's 17-second scream in Linkin Park's Given Up.
Oh my gosh.
Cyraxx created his first YouTube channel called DJ Shadowblade, which he, by the way, pronounced in a variety of different ways. He was no more than...
Hold on. Alright guys, count for me now. Count for me in the comments. How's that? Did I beat the goblin? Yeah, new record set, people, right here, see? You only get it like this on the Bones channel. You're watching records get beat.
18 or 19 years old. However, his war cry came much later in 2012, when he was a whopping 22-year-old guy. It was also during this age that he assaulted his grandmother, Sally.
That's
Given
crazy.
his age and his antics, people started noticing a pattern of some really degenerate behavior, which was not easy to ignore. As we mentioned previously, Cyraxx always wanted to be a musician, and the funny part is that he actually thought he had it in him to make it big in music with his goblin war cry. He used to think that he was already in the music grind, particularly in the Juggalo scene as early as 2012. One of his earliest uploads on YouTube that is still up on the internet is him complaining about how strict and rule-oriented the Juggalo community was. However, the truth was that Cyraxx only feigned to be a Juggalo. He only wanted to be a part of the community and find friends, while in reality, he didn't have any idea about what the Juggalo community was. This was eventually proven true when Juggalos decided to quiz him on his ICP knowledge, which Cyraxx
I remember this.
since he never listened to ICP or any music related to Juggalos.
I was just curious, what was your first album that you got into the clowns?
Believe it or not, dude, it was probably, I'm trying to think. I want to say either Jekyll Brothers or Riddlebox. I can't remember which one it was that got me in.
So what did the cover look like?
Really, dude? Do you know how many fucking years it's been since I've listened to that shit?
Even after this, he was adamant about convincing everyone that he was part of the family. In early 2012, he made a post that heavily implied he either already was or wanted to be involved with a girl named Hannah. He wrote in this post, "I'm trying so hard not to break down right now.
Okay.
One girl I really and truly love is telling me to be with someone else when I honestly love."
You guys know when Cyraxx loves, he loves hard, you know? He goes all in on his relationships, straight from the start.
I love you. I really do. He also said in this post that this girl called Hannah was the reason why he didn't unalive himself the night prior. However, it seems like things didn't really work out with this girl he loved so much, because only a few months later, he only started dating, but he was also apparently engaged with a new girl named Heather. Now, if you have even remotely followed Cyraxx during all these years, you probably know Heather. But for those of you who don't, she plays kind of a prominent role in Cyraxx's story. And by being prominent, we mean that she's just there, lurking behind or by Cyraxx's side in almost all of the videos from this time.
Drip Brook Beats. Oh, she's back here. On here.
Oh man, you know, I'm just getting around in the Cyraxx universe and everything. You guys have been great, by the way. You know, but you know, I think it's gonna be crazy. Like if Cyraxx has like a, you know, like a real girlfriend. You know, shout out to Cassandra, but we all know, you know, Cassandra's not. You know. But yeah, I just think that would crazy. I know the content would go insane. Better if he gets off the internet, but I guess, you know, a boy can have a second best stream, maybe.
Yes.
Hey,
Can we talk about this, please? I'm sick. I've been to the doctor and found out I had the don't say fluid. No, I'm
All right, hold on now with all that sass. I don't know why you coming at me like that, girl. It's like, I just don't get why she's doing all that. Like, why was that necessary?
say I'm pregnant. Don't say I'm pregnant.
I hate when people do that.
hey, Jamie, let me ask.
I'll talk to you.
Jamie, let me ask you something, Jamie. Why the frick you sitting there desecrating our GoFundMe page? What the problem?
His mother did it. That's to cover court fees.
Listen, Heather.
Why should we listen? All you do is
Hold on, let her talk. Let her talk. If y'all have some questions, if y'all want me to ask her, I'll ask her.
yeah.
Heather actually considered herself a part of the Juggalo community too. She was very into music herself and worked with Cyraxx under the musical name Shadowcat Hatchelette. However, music wasn't the only artistic
Hatchelette.
In late 2012, he actually announced to his fans that he was working on a manga series called Spectrobes, which would be released in early or mid-2013. However, to nobody's surprise, it never happened.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Chance's first real girlfriend, Abby, only spoke to him online over FaceTime, and while not much is known about her, photos show that she had a hook for a hand as a result of a failed by train. She broke up with him when his Facebook account was hacked, and it was revealed.
Wow, I never knew this part of the lore. See, I'm telling you, it gets crazy, y'all. It gets crazy, and now's a good time for the refresher too. You know, while he's on his hiatus.
That he had been cheating on her. After that came Heather, who met Chance a lot more than Abby and also moved in with him after getting out of her lesbian relationship and leaving her children behind. Heather's first online appearance was when Cyraxx announced that he would be abandoning the Juggalo lifestyle.
We'll still be underground till the day we die, but the Juggalo lifestyle, we tried to live it and we just found out.
It's always so odd to me when I see these like younger Cyraxxes, like, you know, it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just so strange to see him young. Like, I feel like he's always looked like the way he looks right now. And I mean, he looks the same, but you guys know what I mean.
Still want to be cool with us and back us up.
As time progressed, Cyraxx only became more and more erratic. Remember when we said
like he ages very fast, you know?
Billy's story later? Now
which makes sense, given his condition, you know?
This was the time when Chance's lies started becoming really out of hand. Billy Seiler, one of Cyraxx's friends in high school, was a legend blind student called Billy. Cyraxx was actually the closest to him. They would often hang out after school and talk about music. Billy also introduced Chance to his favorite band,
Linkin Park.
Chance brought up Billy spontaneously in a video once, saying that he was assaulted by his high school friend when he was about 16 or 17.
16 to 17 years old, around that time period, I was actually by one of my best friends from high school. Now at the time, I didn't know that he was gay. I had actually met this kid, his name was Billy Seiler. We had gone to the same high school together, and me and him grew really, really close. We were super cool with each other.
This intrigued his followers, and hence they began investigating. Turns out that what Chance said was not even close to the truth. The suspicion became stronger when in another video, Chance mentioned how his family approached the school about this incident, and in response, they kicked him out of the school instead of the other way around.
They know what Billy did. That's why they removed me from that school, so it didn't happen to me again.
For starters,
yes, because when schools are scared of the victim, they kick the victim out, not the person who does the crime. It's the victim that gets kicked out of the school. Okay, all right, I gotcha. Also, too, I mean, something we really can't ignore either is that Billy is blind. Now, does that mean Billy can't do evil? No, but it just, you know, it just makes the story a little bit more skeptical. You know, he's blind. You know.
The dates didn't add up. Cyraxx said that he was 16 or 17 when this happened, but he didn't change schools until 2009 when he was 19 years old. So something was definitely wrong with Cyraxx's version of the story. He later addressed this and changed his statement by saying it was not him who was underage, but Billy. By this time, Cyraxx's trolls and followers alike were invested. The information provided by him was enough to track Billy's Facebook and contact him, and once Billy was contacted, the entire truth about Cyraxx's horrible lie came to the limelight.
What the, he took me as being gay when I clearly wasn't. And I had told him this, and I guess he was trying to, force that on me by doing...
So we were up in my room, it was late at night, probably 12, 1 o'clock on a weekday. When it gets hot, guys tend to take off their shirts and everything. I was either on my belly on the floor, or I think I was searching for something, and the next thing, I don't know. And at this point, I had never given any type of consent whatsoever.
This was enough for his followers to believe it was not Cyraxx who got assaulted, but the other way around. As we go further into Chance's story, you will realize that his actions are becoming more and more disturbing. For starters, he was engaging with a lot of keyboard warriors and getting into random beefs. This was the first red flag of his truly erratic nature and some really nasty feuds that were about to come. For instance, look at this early 2013 video of him in which he's addressing someone who apparently insulted his friend.
Talking all this crap and shit. This guy seems to think I'm hiding behind words, but I'm not. You hear that, Aaron? I'm not hiding behind anything, little man. You want a little man?
I told y'all I'm very afraid of Cyraxx. I would never fight Cyraxx because I'd be way too scared that Cyraxx juice was gonna get on me, and that's an absolute no. I'm a coward when it comes to Cyraxx. I'm out of there.
You're nothing but a punk ass baby hiding behind his own words, who's too afraid to stand up to me like a real man.
Now, anyone who is decent enough would know that there is no greater way to waste your time than interacting with trolls. However, this obviously is very hard to explain to Cyraxx. So, instead of ignoring these trolls, Chance took this as an opportunity to act like he was in a WWE ring. He would act like he was the toughest guy around who would beat everyone's butts. This is definitely something that aggravated with time to the point where the entire point of Cyraxx's channel was empty threats and random beef with everyone.
Jeez.
In 2017, he uploaded a hilariously viral video where he was shadowboxing himself.
Wait, what? Dude, who are you? Who are you? I asked you first. Oh, let's fight. Come on.
So, if he wasn't so strange and if he wasn't, talking to cupcakes, then, we could get this Cyraxx content and the people would love him, even though he looks the way he looks. I feel like the people would show him love. It's because he does all this diabolical activity, which is why he gets no love.
He also uploaded a video during this time accusing someone called Chuck Stigl of hacking into his emails since 2008. According to Cyraxx, this guy named Chuck has been impersonating him, so he made a video threatening Chuck as he would do with pretty much any troll. But there's a pattern here that gives us an insight into what made Cyraxx what he is today. In the beginning, his content used to be a little bit mellow. He focused on his music and aspirations. However, things started taking a really dark turn with him, engaging in all these fights, pushing himself further into a place
engaging in all these fights. Yeah, we can't forget about Music Biz Marty, y'all.
Anything about him, you'll probably be aware of his arch nemesis Marty. Now, if you don't know, Marty is known as Cyraxx's biggest troll. Playing on Cyraxx's desperation to be hired by a record label, Marty created 2 fake competing labels, Ram Ranch Records and Bender Boys, and pitted them in a bidding war for a contract with Cyraxx. Eventually, Bender Boys won the contract and Cyraxx celebrated his new career in one of the now most well-known videos.
I figured I'd come in, celebrate, kick it, chill. Got a brand new dope-ass track dropping with some of the homies. Like the big homie George. What's goody, what's goody, what's goody?
As you can clearly see, he was ecstatic, dreaming about all the riches and fame waiting ahead, not knowing what was about to come. Things took a nasty turn when Bender Boys announced that Cyraxx's album produced disappointing returns, and they decided to sell his contract to their main competitor.
I think it was like a YouTube video. I think it was literally just like a YouTube video that had like 60 views or something. It had like 60 views and like 3 likes, and then they called him up and they were like, yeah, we're gonna have to drop you from the label, bud. Take note too, on a new YouTube channel too, the chances of anything doing well, like first video, is pretty much slim to none.
Ram Ranch Records. And
but that definitely wasn't. I mean, you guys have heard some Cyraxx's music.
Yo, Cyraxx.
Let's be real here.
Announcement to make.
What's up, dude?
Well, the video's not doing as well as we thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Bro's face.
Speaking with the team here at Bender Boys Records, they deemed you unmanageable.
How?
And then we had to sell your contract, man.
Wait, what the serious right? Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Are you no, dude?
We sold it this morning.
Are you right now? Serious right now?
Yeah, the video didn't perform as well as we thought it was going to.
What the fuck, dude? Are you putting all the serious? I put in all that hard work for nothing? Are you serious right now?
Well, we sold the contract.
Let's be real here. Cyraxx literally steals all of his songs. Like, what he did was he just took like a loop from somebody else, threw it in like a DAW or whatever they call it. You guys know the music software. Rapped on it for a few minutes. And then that was it. Let's be real here. And look at him, he's throwing his hat, he's looking all crazy. I put 42 minutes into that song. Like
bro, you're being stupid. You're stupid, man. What the I put in all that hard work for you and the crew for what? What the man?
Well, we sold your contract.
Ever since this, Marty became Cyraxx's arch nemesis and main troll. However, at this point, the amount of trolls and followers was growing very rapidly. As they grew, things started becoming way worse thanks to Cyraxx's aggressive, combative attitude combined with his lack of consideration other than for himself. Cyraxx would often engage in long shouting matches with trolls. This rage also led to the infamous baseball incident. An internet troll called Aware of Myself began protesting outside of Cyraxx's house for being a child when Cyraxx charged at him with a baseball bat, only to be overpowered by the troll. The whole incident was recorded by the troll, still living rent-free in our mind.
Coming at somebody with a baseball bat and still losing is crazy. Cyraxx versus the troll. I'm so dead. I've never seen like the full video.
Exhibited rage, mostly in the form of empty threats. A common aspect of his rages includes him shouting very
this is crazy
and homophobic slurs. While his goblin rage and death threats went extremely viral, he was actually a very cowardly person crying for his mother during an actual fight with Marty.
Who's the king? You are? Then run away now.
Wait, Cyraxx? Wait, you guys gotta let me know the lore on this. Cyraxx in Music Bigs and Marty had like a physical fight? Was this physical? Oh, you guys gotta let me know. And if you guys know like a video that like talks about this or something, where I can find the reference to this, like definitely let me know.
Fine. You win. You win. You win. Please let us go. I'm begging you. Please. Get up.
Hey, music biz Marty sounds aggressive. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Yo.
Very example of this was when he threatened Marty to beat him up. However, when Marty told Cyraxx that he was on his way to Akron to confront him, Cyraxx did a whole 180-degree flip and started convincing him to sort it out on livestream instead. And when Marty finally arrived, Cyraxx remained hidden inside the house while he sent his grandparents to meet Marty instead of facing him himself. However, all of this is barely scratching the surface. This was just the beginning of something truly disturbing. For instance, murder threats, physical assaults, and whatnot. This brings us to the end of part 1 of Cyraxx Iceberg. We will cover more about these aforementioned incidents in the next part. If you've stayed this far into the video, don't forget to
Perfect. So yeah, guys, show some love to our RKH Media. Link will be in the description. Part 1 of the Cyraxx Iceberg was pretty good. I'm sure there's a lot more to learn, but there was a few details that I did know about and a few details that I didn't. So I hope you guys were able to like kind of learn and maybe like up your Cyraxx knowledge through this video. But guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let's blow this channel up. I really love all the good conversations we have and stuff like that. And I want it for other topics too. So if you guys like more mainstream stuff too, we have a little bit of that for you too. So we'll catch you guys on the flip side, and racks out. Just don't get the Rax juice on you.